Hey everyone, Bobby here with Blockchain North, reporting from day 3 of the Collision Conference. I'm here with Flo, our founder. So Flo, we do this with all of our interviewees, so I think it's only fair to do the same with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about Blockchain North in about a minute or less?
Wow. Well, here's a challenge for me. Well, look, I'm Flo. I'm founder and CEO of Blockchain North. Blockchain North is Canada's first crypto media. A couple of years ago, I got really involved and interested in blockchain and crypto, and I realized very quickly that most sources of information available to Canadians were either mainstream media or foreign sources. Notwithstanding, of course, the work of the Canadian Blockchain Consortium or conferences like Futurist. But I felt that there was a need to have an independent media that could perhaps be a bit more playful and that can report on the news and do interviews and so on and so forth on a continuous basis, especially on social media. So our mission at Blockchain North is to inform, educate, and inspire Canadians and others about the blockchain revolution, and also to give Canada and Canadian projects and ideas a voice in the global blockchain space, because of course it is an inherently borderless economy. So that's what we are. We're a new media, we're digitally native, we're very active on social media, and we're increasingly connected and looking to grow a lot in the coming years.
Awesome. So Flo, what brings you to the Collision Conference this year?
Well, first of all, we got media accreditation, so that's pretty cool. First time we come to Collision. I think it's important that blockchain be represented at this conference. For us, it's also about reconnecting or connecting with clients and potential clients and doing some interviews. Of course, learning. We've been attending master classes and other talks. It's just also important to be connected in the Canadian and the global tech industry, because blockchain is inherently tech. So that's why we're here and we're having a blast.
And in your view, why is it so important to have conferences like this one here in Canada?
Well, I mean, the first reason I would start with is that it is always going to be important to meet in person. I mean, this is a bit of a cliche, but it is worth maybe mentioning that, humans connect with humans on a chemical level. And so being there face to face with people, shaking hands for those who want to, it's most people, just experiencing events in the real world when we all probably spend a lot of time behind our screens. So that would be number one. Number two, I know there's a little bit of controversy around Collision right now, the cost to Canada, et cetera, et cetera. I personally am on the camp that we need to have these events in Canada, have more of them. Collision should stay in Canada because this isn't necessarily something that you measure as simply as the dollar cost and the immediate dollar returns. There's that, of course, but there's also the fact that it puts Canada on the map, that people here talk about Canada more than we would at a conference in the United States or elsewhere, of course, because we are in Canada. It's just really good. It's a promotional machine as well. It's a lot of social media work, and we know that, right? So we want more of Canadian exposure online, which is what Blockchain North is all about. So we welcome Collision. We hope to be there next year, perhaps as partners, perhaps with a booth. We're thrilled to be here. The weather's been great. A little smoky, but we spend most of our time inside anyway. So it's really been great.
And what's your biggest takeaway from the conference this year?
Good question. Biggest takeaway? Well, there's a lot. I mean, it's a large conference, 30,000 people, 3 days. There's something like 50 plus side events. We were at one by Web3 Toronto last night. So my biggest takeaway is probably that AI is clearly the talk of the town. It's clearly the darling topic in tech at the conference, and of course in general in the world. I mean, since last November and the exponential rise of ChatGPT and other chatbots and just AI more generally, which of course has been worked on for many decades. Many investors have blockchain as well as AI now on their map. So that's the takeaway, and I guess by saying that, I'm also saying that I hope there will be more blockchain coverage in the coming years.
And speaking of that, what are your thoughts on the presence of blockchain startups and enthusiasts here at Collision?
Well, I mean, of course, we wear Blockchain North t-shirts. We're Blockchain North. We're very focused on crypto, so my views are maybe a little bit biased. I've met a lot of crypto entrepreneurs and frankly, a lot of tech people who are very, very aware and interested and often involved in crypto, even if not, professionally. But I think there could always be more. Again, I'm definitely biased on that one. But today is Crypto Day. There is like a crypto area that we just spent some time at. I personally think that while AI is the talk of the town this year, and it's very fair, it's been coming for years, I think in the coming years we'll see a significantly bigger blockchain presence. Again, a lot of investors are pouring into the space. People say we're still in the crypto winter. I think we're in the crypto spring personally, and with the Bitcoin halving coming in now less than a year, I think next year there'll be a bigger presence, and in the coming years an even bigger one, as it should, alongside AI and other tech topics.
Awesome, awesome. And lastly, do you have any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Well, I mean, I guess the first thing that comes to mind is a shout out to my amazing, small but amazing team. Bobby Barone, who's our director and our blockchain lead. So I obviously lean a lot on him for his expertise. Today, he's our cameraman. He's the voice that you hear right now behind the camera. But it's been really exciting to work with each other in person, and I'm so grateful for his support. Very, very bullish for Blockchain North because we have this very strong team. And number three, in no particular order, is Adam Wells, who's been with us for a little while now, our content manager. He's the guy behind social media, and social media is so important to us, and I think to business in general. So, and especially in crypto. So very, very grateful for that team. That would be my first takeaway. Very, very grateful to have such a strong and passionate team behind Blockchain North.